So I decided to start my flower business about almost 4 years ago. And I did it because I knew that I loved working with flowers and I liked growing flowers. And so I had this idea that maybe it would be a way that I could both grow flowers and sell flowers to people here in Goshen. And I started by doing some research. I started by trying to find out how many people would buy flowers from me if I had flowers available, and where would I grow flowers, because I didn't know at that time. I didn't have my own land. And so I started asking a lot of questions right from the very beginning. And I have found that running your own business is always about asking questions. You're always doing research. Even, 3 or 4 years down the road, I still have to ask myself questions every day about what works. And finding people that can actually really help you to ask good questions about starting a business or about running a business on a regular basis. People that you trust and people that know a little bit about what you're doing or might help you to think about something from a different perspective has been really helpful. And one of those persons is my friend Jenny. She owns the Soapy Gnome and has been in business a bit longer than I have. And the thing that she does so well is helps me to ask good questions. So when I first said, "Hey Jenny, I think I want to have a downtown store," she said, "Well, how are you going to staff that? Because Phoebe, you're already really busy growing flowers and selling flowers." And so she helped me to think, how do I manage a store? And one of the reasons that I decided to even go ahead with that idea is that Jenny had a store and I could be right next door to her store. And so when I first started out, she was here to kind of help me cover on the super busy days before I had anybody hired to do that. And so she has been a very good friend, but she's also sometimes had to help me ask really hard questions like, am I open too many hours? Because I wanted to be open all of the time because I wanted to be able to provide flowers at the moment's notice. And halfway through the summer of my first year of having the store open, Jenny said to me, she said, "Hey, you seem really tired and really stressed out, and I think that you might be open too many hours. So maybe you need to cut back the number of hours that you're open, and don't apologize for it. Just let people know what hours you will be open and people will adjust." And so that has been a good lesson for me to learn. I've done it. It's been scary. It's sometimes really scary to do things that you think people aren't going to like. I thought people were going to be really mad at me. And most of the time my customers have just said, "You know what? It's okay. We understand. You are a person and you have to rest and you have to be able to have time to do things well. And we want you to be able to do that." So that was one of the hard questions that Jenny asked. I'm sure she will continue to ask me really hard questions as we go forward. Every time in business, have to keep asking the questions, because if you don't, you're going to keep doing things. And sometimes if things aren't going well in your business, you have to do the research to find out, why isn't this working? For me, I didn't think I was going to be very busy right at the beginning, and I've been way busier. And sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing because I can't keep up. So the other thing that I really like about running a business with a friend close by, or friends in general, is that Goshen is a very friendly town. And so when I have problems, or when I say, "Hey, running a business is really hard," Goshen is a good place and says, "That's okay, we know it's hard, we still want you here." And they're good about helping you come up with solutions as to how you might still be able to sell your product, and at the same time, they might be able to do that.